Hi, and welcome to Idol Chat.
I'm Penny.
And I'm Jim.
And we're back again for the last time.
It's our final episode.
So sad.
It's going to be a big one. We've got a lot to cover since we weren't here last week because Penny...
Size is not everything.
Well, because Penny was baking a meatloaf and,
And
it
you were
went wrong.
eating it.
And I ate it. And so she was mad.
Sick, whatever. Long story. Anyway,
let's talk about the final
last week,
three.
We weren't here. And since we've got the other two to talk about from last night, I just want to talk about Saisha for a minute.
I know.
She was so great.
She really was.
Her last... performances I thought were great.
She looked amazing.
I thought the producers picked kind of a dorky song
They
for
screwed her. Okay, let's talk about how they effed her over, all right? They chose a song from the Happy Feet soundtrack.
On
okay?
Happy Feet was a cute
Hit
movie.
Me Up. Whatever. No, that's not fair.
The only person that knows that song is like a mom.
Right.
Really, you didn't, I mean... Okay.
So the producers were smart enough to give David Cook Aerosmith, and then they gave
Her
David
Happy
Archuleta.
Feet?
Right, come on, like that was retarded, and
That
I
was unfair.
disagree, and it makes me nauseous.
And she's an amazing performer.
Phenomenal.
I don't care if I mean, I sort of get tired of hearing Randy say, oh, you could sing the phone book. Well, that's stupid, because you know what? I sang the phone book once, and it really doesn't have a very good melody, and you can't dance to it.
There's really nothing to that, Brandy. So if we could find another
sing the phone book
catchphrase.
to me tonight?
Why would I do that?
It's so stupid.
Okay.
Anyway, she deserves so much credit for doing what she did.
Amazing.
Hair flawless,
Huge
makeup
fan.
flawless, outfits,
Gowns flawless,
always.
flawless.
My overall feeling about both of them. David Cook is a much better overall performer.
Overall, and
he is a better overall singer.
Yes.
But watching him dance goes back to the days of the first few when that one kid was like kind of jerky.
It goes back to the days of Seinfeld in Elaine.
Yes.
With the foot kick out, and that's kind of what David Archuleta
Well, it's just
does.
hard for him, and I think that he's going to get better and better and better.
Absolutely, he will. I mean,
he
needs
maybe
time.
he felt a little more confident. Maybe that's why he did better, because his dad got kicked out of the backstage.
I'm sure
Did
he's
you
like,
see him?
oh my God.
He was duct taped to the chair.
I'm sure he was pulling him aside and being like, David, if you don't nail it, you're going to go back in your cage.
Yes.
And was like going to take him over his
Well,
knees.
maybe that's why they did that thing. It was like a cage fight with his dad. Though.
Yeah,
They should have dad.
he's a scary looking man.
So their performances were really good.
Absolutely.
And I thought Tuesday's show was boring.
I would agree. And if I might make a comment on the outfits,
Agreed.
it was a little frumpy for my taste. I would have expected some tuxedos, or just at least like a tie with a nice sweater, but still keep it edgy, like have David Cook's scarf with, just edge it up, but still polish it up.
When David Cook did that ascot, that was interesting.
I liked
we didn't
it.
like it, but it was kind of cool. So now last night was the first time I've seen a finale. This is my first year. I completed a first season of American Idol.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you. And I thought it was kind of fun. I mean, I don't think it was worth 2 hours of my time. I do have other things to do, but watching the snippets of it again this morning on my favorite thing, YouTube, I really enjoyed a lot of it. I thought the Mike Myers thing was a shameless plug, but I couldn't help but laugh.
Yes.
You cannot help but laugh. He's trying to shave. I laugh at Mike Myers.
However, you have to admit that there was a lot going on. And it was like they're cramming all this stuff and they're trying so hard to just amp up that final rating for that final show. It was just a little much for me.
They did. It was a shameless plug fest.
Yeah,
Instead
it
of
really
a slug
was.
fest, it was a plug fest.
It was a plug fest.
So Carrie Underwood was wearing something that
Dolly Parton, clearly.
She borrowed from Dolly Parton's closet.
She did.
She just had it taken in a little at the bus.
A little bit, and the whole like drapey curtain thing towards the back that she was like scooping fish out of the sea, right?
To her sleeve. Yeah, I thought she was going to wear that on Deadliest Catch. I like Jimmy Kimmel's little St. Jaya joke.
He was funny.
That
He was funny.
Cute.
Jordan Sparks. Let's talk about her little baby doll dress. Did you like it?
I haven't been that nauseous since I was 4 months pregnant with my second child. I cannot imagine anybody so adorable. And she models for that Torrid, which is a plus size. Absolutely beautiful girl.
She is gorgeous.
She's thick. She's got it. She's beautiful.
She really
fleshy,
is.
Beautiful skin. She wears some from the Salvation Army, like drag queen prom dress. That's I unplugged my phone. I was so mad. I knew people were gonna like. I was so upset.
It was devastating, Jordan, and don't ever do it again.
Who dressed you?
No.
That's wrong.
Let's talk about George Michael. I thought that performance was gorgeous, and it's such a treat to see him on an Idol stage. I'm a big fan. I've always been a big fan. He's inspired me in my music, and
I do love George Michael. I was very upset after seeing him.
Why?
He did not look well, and that bothers me because he's just slightly older than me. Maybe a year younger. I don't know, but His hands were shaking. He said he had a cold. Okay, fine. But he's singing a song about praying for time, and Paula's crying, so I'm crying. You know,
Right.
because what's going on? Yikes
right.
is all I have to say, and I
Right.
felt really badly.
Right. Donna Summer, I thought looked great, sounded great.
She did. It upset me that they had to, again, the age thing. I think it's because she's put on a few pounds, which is still fine.
It's acceptable.
But wearing high heels, just so you know,
Right.
for next
Because I
week.
would know. Thanks, Ryan Seacrest.
When you're wearing high heels and you put on 10 pounds, it
It's-
alters it. It's hard to walk downstairs.
It's a little wobbly.
So they helped her down the stairs. It could have been cute, we're like Hello Dolly-ish, but it looks sort of like helping your grandmother down to the L.
Right.
Or down to the
She
train.
needed like a
in your
cane
face.
or possibly
Yeah.
like
But
come up
her
from a
voice,
wheelchair.
her voice was great.
It really was.
And her makeup, her hair, and
She
everything.
looked good.
Beautiful.
She looked really good. And then I actually thought it was kind of nice of her to give Saisha her mic.
Oh, yeah,
As
that was
opposed to
nice.
Saisha taking her own mic, and it was kind of like, here, sing
she
with
got the
me.
sparkly, the bedazzled one.
That's like a Mariah. Mariah
Yeah,
does
she had
that.
that Mariah thing. The Gladys Knight thing was,
You know,
it was cute at first, and I have to say, I have to preface this. If you're watching, I love Robert Downey Jr. I love him. I love him. If he's on drugs, I love him. If he's sober, I love him. I love his acting. I love his face. I love his hair.
His
I
nostrils.
love him young. I love him old. I don't care. He's talented. He's amazing.
absolutely.
And I love him. So I'm glad to see him. I'm glad to see Iron Man. I'm glad to promote him. I love him.
With that said,
Yeah, I
Jack
know.
Black, I think, is very funny. The whole thing could have been cut down to 35 seconds, and
if
it would have
was
had a bit more.
shorter, if it was shorter.
It was ridiculous. I mean,
And
they
my,
were.
and my husband
was
comes
dumb.
in the room and says, "Boy, Gladys Knight looks good." Like this was just live, you know what I mean?
Right,
It's like,
of course.
okay, John, whatever.
And, you know, whatever.
And I thought David Archuleta was going to win.
I was convinced by that as well, and with Simon's comments
Mm-hmm.
and the choices of songs that David Archuleta had made, I thought he was really, really good. I thought he was good.
It was good. David Cook was great, but
He
I
was
don't
good
think he
too.
brought his A game.
Right.
Although his second song on Tuesday night I thought was fantastic, and Simon said no. So that's the first time I've actually disagreed with one of Simon's opinions.
And I was thinking, you know, either way, if Archuleta wins, if Cook wins, if Cook came in second, he could have pulled a Daughtry and sold 3.8 million records, which I still think David Cook has a chance to do.
Yeah, David Archuleta reminds me of Andrea Bocelli.
Yes.
But Andrea Bocelli's blind, so that's why his eyes are closed.
Sure. And
So-
judging by his outfits, he could be too.
He could be.
You know.
Andrea Bocelli sells tons of records. I don't know how he does with live performances, so I think that's where the things are. I think David Archuleta would sell lots of records because he doesn't have to dance and sing. And
To a specific market.
Right.
I don't think he's all encompassing
King
of like
Beat,
this.
Tiger Beat, that kind of thing.
Right.
The performances where they were all together, I just wanted to say that...
It was a cheese fest?
Yes, and Brooke White, it's not cool to wear an evening gown with no shoes. I don't care if you're singing with Graham Nash, Graham Norton, or Graham Crackers. You do not sing with no shoes on. And then Amanda Overmeyer needs to take down the
Skunk hair.
the Camel Lights and the Jack Daniels a little bit because her voice sounded real raspy.
Yeah, I mean, it was like she just came off of like some like rehab
5-day
situation.
drinking binge.
So again, guys, if you didn't
Congratulations
watch
to David.
Cook, I wish you the best. A long, huge, successful career.
Yes.
Actually, I
And
wanted to stop myself from saying long, huge. I don't know why I chose
Yeah,
those
well,
words. It's a little dirty.
I
and
wonder
I apologize.
why.
I
Long and
apologize for
huge.
that. It was inappropriate. David Archuleta, we also wish you the absolute best.
Absolute
You
best.
really did a great job.
And Saisha. And everyone. I mean, we like everybody. We bitch, but we like everybody.
We do.
But we love these three.
Right, those are my favorites. There's the best top three,
And we
best
love
top
American
two.
Idol, and it doesn't start until when? I like that stupid guy, too.
I know.
That retarded guy, what was his name? I am your brother.
Right. Okay. Well, cheers, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, for supporting
for
us throughout this
watching.
entire season. Hopefully, we'll have a bigger budget next time, and the lighting will be much better.
We'll get new lights.
Okay.
Okay.
Cheers, guys. Bye. Love you.
If you like what I'm playing, say I like that.